You look at this young man on this road, and that's the way many of us are. Society tells you if you don't have an education, you're going to be like the left road. You're going to be delivering pizza. Your life just going to be always in distress, like a horror movie. Or you can go to the right and it'll be easy. You get a job. So that diploma standing over there is very tempting because it offers you so much, and without it, it offers you so little, is what society tells us. But there are so many other options, young people, and those seeking a higher education or increasing your skill set. Do your due diligence, because if you get a student loan, you have to pay it back. I'm repeating myself because in other videos I've said the same thing. Student loans are not a gift. They are a debt. Now this particular video is about this brochure you see on the screen. It's the actual brochure from the excuse me, the Department of Education about repaying your student loans. It says Federal Student Aid. You can go on their website. I've got the link, and you can download this brochure. This is the left side is the front, and the right side is the resources and things on the back cover of the brochure. Now, if you look at the screen, you find some interesting information. This brochure gives you, on the left here, it gives you the necessary U.S. Department of Education information, and it also gives you counselors, mentors, and other professionals here. And I think that's really good. You can order this online to help you. My whole thing is to help you understand what your profession will do. So this is a useful little brochure. And here on the right side, it says this guide provides information about repayment of loans from following student loan programs: the William D. Ford Federal Direct Student Loan, the Federal Perkins Loan Program, and the Federal Family Education Loan, the FFEL program. So it's a very useful program. It breaks it all down for you, so you don't have to worry about being scammed. This will give you the information you need to keep you from being scammed. Now, this is a very important part here. Before you graduate or leave school or enroll less than half time, complete exit counseling, review your student loan borrowing history, because you may think you only have a certain amount of money you borrowed, but you have actually borrowed more. You need to go before you graduate and get ready to leave school and have all your fun, run off with all your friends, and then you receive a document in the mail that will shock you. So go to your financial aid department, spend some time, maybe that last year of school, discussing your already existing financial obligation in student loans. You need to know your loan types, how much you originally borrowed, and what your current balance is. You need to understand the most important thing is on the right side at the bottom. It says when you need to begin repaying your loans. You need to discuss that in financial aid, because each of the loan programs has a different repayment schedule. And the main thing is they have different start dates when you have to start repaying. Some of them, like the private loans, a lot of them are required to start paying. Some of them can start on you during the school. And some start immediately upon graduation. They don't care if you don't have a job. They want their money back that they invested in you. So do your due diligence. Know exactly what your financial obligations are. Preferably, I wouldn't say the last year of school, but maybe the first semester. I was on a quarter system. But that last year at the very beginning, you need to know what you're facing. Now, on this particular screen, I want to look at where, and how to make your payments. You will get a book. So you want to make sure that you have this book. You know what the interest rates are that you're paying. If you're in the military, there should be a stipulation in regards to the maximum amount of interest or no interest on your loan at all. So during your grace period or deferment period, consider your income expenses and create a budget. Select a repayment plan for your federal student loans. Now, my question is, you need to make sure that you know what your payment options will be, because these will come due as soon as the little grace period or deferment time is over. So do not get in any form of debt, buying a car or rental property, buying a house, or all of this just because you out of college now. No. Wait until you know what the rules are and how much your loan payment is going to be. This page discusses the various options. At the top it says repayment plan options for direct loan and federal family education loans. And it lists the plan, the eligible borrowers, the eligible loans, and quick comparison on how the stuff is repaid. Now you can go through them. You have the standard, the graduated, the extended plans, and it deals with the issues of eligible borrowers and all of this. But what I want you to pay attention to is the time you have to repay. The first one is up to 10 years. The second one is up to 10 years. But the extended payment plan can be up to 25 years. As I said before, a student loan is a debt, not a gift. And they have various stipulations on when it starts, how you start to pay. But the main thing is the time frame you're looking at. That's why you need to really know what you're doing. Really go to financial aid. I used to go to financial aid every year. I knew to the penny what my requirements were going to be when I graduated. So I would check every year. When I would register for school, I'd go to financial aid. I wanted to know how much I was going to spend this year, plus what was covered, when do these loans come due. So you want to do your due diligence. Now this just continues on with that brochure, but I just wanted to, it just gives you the various options. And the next one are revised pay as you earn, repayment, repayee plan, pay as you earn, repayment, payee plan. That's another one. Income based repayment. And then you have income contingent repayment. So it tells you which loans qualify for them here in the eligible loans, and then it gives you the various stipulations that are involved with them. So you want to read this thoroughly. This is the stuff they try to tell you that you can get out of your student loans, or you can get waivers, or you can get the amount reduced or the interest reduced. That's true to a point. Some of them do not provide those features. Some of them do. Some of them you will end up picking the wrong option and it'll actually cost you more. But I want to say again, it is not a gift. It is a loan. Do not take out extended amount of money on these loans because you are eligible. Do your analysis on what you're going to have to pay, because you may be looking at 30, 40, 50 years on those student loans. They do not go away. And they will ruin your credit. Now it says when you are, when you are in repayment and making your payments. This is the next portion of the little brochure. Make your payments, your repayment schedule, when your first payment is due, the number of frequency of payment, the amount of each payment. So you need to know all of this, and you want to understand the interest portion of your payment, any upfront interest rate reduction. So you may have received an upfront interest rate reduction on a direct subsidized loan, direct unsubsidized loan, or direct plus loans that were first disbursed before July 1st, 2012. You would need to make all of your first 12 required payments on time. I'm going to emphasize that. These little helps on these loans require you to be diligent. I mean, you have to make that payment for 12 months straight on time. And then this little box here says benefits for military service. Members of the U.S. Armed Forces are eligible for special benefit on their federal student loans. So they give you military student loan benefits, so you can go to this website if you're in the military. Now it says stay out of default. This is crucial. When I graduated from college with my computer science degree, that was my battle, because I didn't get a job right away, and my loan payments were, for me, they were high. This was back in the 80s. So the main thing is you want to stay out of default, and it gives you the little green box. And it states, it says, to default means you did not make your payments on your student loans as scheduled according to the terms of your promissory note, the binding legal document you signed at the time you took out your loans. So This is something to me. This is like the error code section in the back of a book. I always read that first. You should go here about the default. That's a frightening thing, because if you're working and you're paying your loans and all of a sudden you don't have a job, those loans don't stop. You can get them in deferment or forbearance, but you have to do your due diligence. You have to really know what you're getting into. And this section here on the right talks about deferments and forbearance. And so you want to check your eligibility for loan forgiveness, cancellation, or discharge. Now this is the part these scammers offer you. Let's read this little paragraph. It said you may qualify to have some of your loan amount forgiven if you work in certain public service jobs. For example, teaching in a low-income school or working in certain types of public service organizations. Additional requirements apply to receive these benefits. In certain other circumstances, such as if you were unable to complete your program of study because of school closed, your obligation to repay your federal student loan may be discharged. So I'm going to talk about the part about the public service and the low income. These have to be organizations that the federal government approves of, and I believe you have to be having your payments up to date. So there are gotchas to this. That's why these scammers rip off so many people, because they think it can be forgiven. It can, but according to how the federal government says the loan can be forgiven or discharged. So you have to contact the studentaid.gov website. Go there and get the number so you can contact the Department of Education. So make sure you know what your options are and resolve loan problems quickly. Oh, I cannot emphasize that enough, because if you let your loan go into default or you get behind or something, that can stop you from getting some other kind of assistance. Excuse me, that can penalize you. Now, you heard all the scary stuff. I know I sound a little frightening about the student loan thing. I guess in a way I want it to be. This is something you should really analyze and look for options in education. Student loans are not a gift. They are a debt. And as you saw, you can be paying on them longer than your house. And some of the repayment amounts can be $300 or $400 a month. So you really need to know what you're doing. Try to get as little money as you can to accomplish your goal. I thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I just encourage you, as you're seeking your education, to seek out all of your available options. Thank you so much again for visiting my channel, and have a great day.